This video is going to prove directly from Sahih al-Bukhari and the Quran that the Prophet of Islam was 100% a pedophile. Muhammad had sexual intercourse with Aisha when Aisha was still a little baby girl before the age of puberty. In other words, Muhammad had sexual intercourse with Aisha before her menstruation period. Imagine what kind of man who claimed to be a prophet sleeps with a little girl. Yet the gullible Muslims in 2022 who did not do their homework without any proof still try to deceive us. But the only ones who are deceived are actually they, the Muslims. So my fellow Christian brothers and sisters, I hope you can make this short video go viral on social media by spreading the link all over the World Wide Web. Let us spread this video everywhere to allow Muslims to use their brains if they claim that they have some dignity or any honor left in their body as human beings. To drop this pedophile who claimed to be the final prophet, the best example to follow. Leave this evil cult, ya Muslimun, this man-made cult that allows you to sleep with little children. Do you have any daughters or sisters? Look at their eyes. How can you accept that Islam allows you to sleep with them? Please, my fellow brothers and sisters in Christ, use this video as your main source or reference regarding this topic. And I, Rob Christian, give you full permission to download and spread my video everywhere on social media. Because in this video, I am going to destroy for once and for all the Muslim claim that their prophet was not a pedophile. Now let's back it up from Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 5134. Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 5134. The online version says, narrated Aisha that the prophet married her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage, meaning he had sexual intercourse with her when she was 9 years old, to the rest of the hadith. Now, if we go to the physical book of Sahih al-Bukhari, inside the book, and we go to the same hadith, hadith number 5134. Now, if we go to the physical book of Sahih al-Bukhari and the same hadith number 5134, things will become even more clear. As you see, this is the same hadith, but here directly from inside the book of Sahih al-Bukhari, and we go down to the footnote, it says, and as Allah the Most High said, referring to chapter 65 of the Quran, ayah 4, وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ, meaning the ones who did not yet menstruate, i.e. the little baby girls who did not menstruate yet due to their young age, referring in this case to Aisha's age, Allah made her waiting period 3 months before the age of puberty. Meaning this indicates that the intercourse with her, with the little girl, before puberty is allowed. It's permissible. So as you see, Muhammad did have sex with Aisha before her puberty, before her menstruation period. To make it even more clear, if we go to Tafsir ibn Kathir for chapter 65, ayah 4, it becomes more clear that the Quran allows any Muslim man to be a pedophile like his prophet. The verse indicates that intercourse with a little girl like Aisha before puberty is allowed. It's permissible. It's halal for any man to marry and sleep with little girls, but if you divorce her, she must wait 3 months to remarry another Muslim man. I mean, another pedophile like Muhammad again. In the commentary or tafsir of the famous Imam al-Nawawi for chapter 65, ayah 4 of the Quran, and his explanation for Muhammad's sexual intercourse with Aisha before puberty and her menstruation period as more proof, we can read the commentary of Imam al-Nawawi saying, as for the young girl's marriage ceremony and the consummation of it, meaning sexual intercourse, if the husband and the guardian, meaning her father, let's say, on something that does not harm the young girl, then it, meaning the consummation, the sexual intercourse, may be done. If they, the husband and the guardian, disagree, then Ahmad and Abu Ubaid said a girl of 9 years is compelled to it. 3 of the 4 famous Sunni Imams, Malik, Shafi'i, and Abu Hanifa, said the limit of consummation, meaning sexual intercourse, is to endure the intercourse without harm, which varies among little girls. So no age limit is set. This is the correct position. There is no age limitation in the hadith of Aisha. Did you catch it? Nor is there prohibition for the one who can endure it before the age of 9. Nor is permission necessary for the virgin when she is 9 and is unable. Dawoodi said, Aisha had a good youth, may Allah be pleased with her. But Dawoodi did not mention that her hair fell out of her head. Yeah, Aisha had a really good youth when Muhammad was penetrating her at a very young age before her menstruation. As you see, the Imams want to make this like a beautiful thing. Aisha had a good youth, not telling everybody that she was getting raped before her menstruation period. Yeah, she loved to be raped as a little baby girl. Yes, that's the good youth that these Imams want to tell us about. What kind of man or what kind of prophet sleeps with a little girl? A little baby girl who did not reach the age of menstruation yet. You call this man a prophet of God? Really, ya Muslimun? Ya Muslimun, please leave Islam if you still have a small percentage of dignity in your body left. Just look at your little daughter or little sister and imagine a 50-year-old man sleeping with her. According to Islam, Muhammad was not a mere man, but a man who claimed to be the final prophet, the seal of all the prophets, the best example to follow. Do you still want to follow such a man in 2022? I rest my case. Peace.
If you look just at the Quran, you will get the indication that you can have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. The reason why it's haram to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old is not found in the Quran at all. If you just read the Quran, it is halal, it would be halal to have sexual intercourse with a 5-year-old. Chapter 65, verse 4. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us who you can divorce and who you cannot divorce. And then he says, وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ وَاللَّائِ لَمْ يَحِدْنَ, and the ones who had never been pubescent before. And by the way, this is very important, yeah? I want all Muslims to be aware of this. The reason why we don't have sexual intercourse with 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds or whatever is not because of puberty. Wait a minute, what did you say? It's not because of puberty, because that verse in the Quran actually says lam yahid. They never had puberty before. You can't go around that. The Quran doesn't say anywhere in the Quran that the woman has to be pubescent. I dare you to find one verse in the Quran where it says you're not allowed to marry someone based on harm, or you're not allowed to have sexual intercourse based on harm, or you're not allowed to marry someone based on puberty. Get me one verse in the Quran which says the woman has to be pubescent. No. You know, in the Quran it says حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمْ أُمَّهَاتِكُمْ. It says you're not allowed to marry your mum. It says you're not allowed to marry your sister or your auntie. Where does it say you're not allowed to marry a prepubescent? I'm looking for one verse that you can say, you pinpoint it and say this is where it says prepubescent marriage or whatever is not allowed. So if you're Quran alone, you're steered towards pedophilia, and a severe type of pedophilia, a wife abuse, a severe type of wife abuse,